Hey, I'm Pat B.
And I'm Adam Willis.
And you're listening to the Geek Down here on WEMF Radio. You know what that meant? I got a little excited, man. You just got to come in early. I'm jazzed, I'm pumped, I'm hyped, I'm feeling it. I'm getting it. Sorry, my bad.
I'm sweating already, man.
Welcome to another episode of the Geek Down here on WEMF. I am Pat B. On the side of me is my main man. You know him. Hailing from parts unknown, Black Adam Willis!
Thank you once again for that introduction, Pat. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you
We
too,
got
my
a full
friend.
house in here today.
Yo, what you doing up there on the top turnbuckle? Sorry. I'm in this
doing my Macho Man elbow drop.
How you go from Ultimate Warrior to Macho Man? Just saying.
Hey,
consistency,
man.
Brother. Consistency.
Brother, he's not the only one from parts unknown.
It's just different drugs, man. That's all it is.
What about Arn Anderson?
I don't know where he was. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Thank you,
Minneapolis. He was from Minneapolis.
You are dismissed, sir. Nah, I'm just kidding, yo. We have an action-packed, fun-filled show for you. And, of course, you heard my man, Black Adam Willis. But that's not the only voice you heard. Chiming up where he doesn't belong and saying things, brother, where he has no say. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about J.M. the Thriller Priest.
Peace. Glad to be here. Got a lot to talk about tonight, man.
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, why you spreading creamers all over the table?
Because the cream of the crop rises to the top. I was looking for that shirt, man. I got to support the Bootio shirt.
Are we going to keep this wrestling theme going the whole time? Or?
It has to be done, baby.
Absolutely.
Has to be done. All right. Of course, also, you know him as the mouth from the south. I'm kidding. We'll stop right now. We'll stop. I look to the side, and my man, Just Johnny.
Yep.
And, of course, riding without a microphone tonight, we'll call him Silent But Deadly. DJ Herbie Herb.
Thank you.
Of course, and in the house, Adam, you want to introduce your boys?
Yeah, we got the whole flight fam here, man. We got my boy Champ, we got Jonesy, we got Pitar, we got Chase in the back, right?
What's up?
All right, man. So what's going on, fellas?
What's going on? Chilling. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. It's been a few years. We had you on the old show. We were at the old studio, and we followed back over here. So you guys got some new stuff going on, I guess. We'll get into that.
I do also really quick have to point out, this studio we're in is, as much as we have an awesome deal here and work with awesome folks, it's a little more budget aware.
Yeah, we don't get the dig money anymore.
Yeah, because I noticed your face when you walked in the building. You was like, this isn't the same place I was at all.
Now, see, the thing with the dig money is because the dig didn't even have it. And so that's why they shut it down. Yeah, I think remember that. Like, wait, we don't have the budget for this.
I thought to the front, I was a little spoiled because I missed the dig days. I went from unregular going through shady hallways, shady alleys to get to the studio to here. So here's an upgrade for me.
Yeah,
so I didn't get
working in there for
years. You missed passing like 3 coke dealers being like, what you want, man? What you doing here? And being like, I'm going to that door. They'd be like, nah, man, don't do it. Don't do it.
It's like random steel door I'm looking for. I'm like, there's no sign. It's like,
let me get a 40 bag though.
Hey, man, there's nothing more gangster than WEMF and unregular radio, and of course, like a 14-year-old girl comes in to do her Pokemon report.
That's what we were dealing with. Yeah. Well, times have changed, boys. But welcome here, boys. It's good to have you in, and we'll definitely get into this.
Welcome. Yep. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into it because, dude, we have action. We have a stuffed show. I mean, loaded to the rafters tonight. We got the Ghost in the Shell review. We have Personal Shopper, and is it safe to say this is Kristen Stewart's palest ever?
It is a ghost story.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. They didn't have to do makeup for her, man. She's good. She's a method actress.
Right. You see her boobs though too. That's just a little spoiler.
Oh. Damn, man.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah.
The A-Cup's heard around the world. I'm with it. All right.
What up,
Hater.
I'm hating. I'm not feeling it. Sorry, bro.
Jesus,
it's okay, man. Yo, myself,
when she stepped out,
I just want to go on record. I appreciate those mosquito bites.
Get off him. When she stepped out on Old Boy, I was just like, you know what, nah, son. With the director or whoever it was who stepped out with.
Yeah.
Who was it? I can't remember who she stepped out with.
Was it like Brett Ratner? Was
something like that? It was some dude who was close to her age who was like dedicated to her.
Yeah.
And she stepped out with the director.
Herzog.
You're a freaking best dude.
3 people in the world to get
like bad dudes. But
those 3 people though are laughing their asses off.
Yes, they are. They tuned it in.
All right, continue, brother. My bad. I cut you off. You were hating on Kristen Stewart. Go ahead.
Nah, my hate's done. I spilled the haterade. I'm good.
All right. It's all good because after that we have these fine gentlemen giving us the lowdown on the prospects, and then coming down off. I'm sorry. I won't do it. I won't do it.
No, do it later. But I'm gonna need you to do it later.
It's Pavlovian. If only I could do a JR impression, but both my lip work. I know that was in bad taste. That was in bad taste.
That was in bad taste for
sure.
I will edit that out. Well, it's because I can't do that one dude that used to do like WMAC Masters and that show T Money came from. Really talk like this, and for some reason, I myself do like. He's
a legend. He's a legend.
He's a job sucker.
You gotta leave Jim Ross alone. He's a legend.
No, Jim Ross is the man. Jim Ross is cool. I met him once. He's all right. I met him.
You try his barbecue sauce? Where you saw him?
I did not try his barbecue sauce.
He ain't had no ball to sell to you?
No, not at the time, brother.
Because did you meet him at a con, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I figure JR has like a case of them joints wherever he goes.
What else is he doing?
Like Virgil in the pictures, you know what I mean?
Let me point out. Okay, ain't no one going to see Virgil. That ain't happening. Just call me faggot and a nigga. I'm like, what?
Yo, Virgil's horrible, dude.
Yeah, he's a bad person.
He is.
Well, anyways, one half an N-bomb later. Well, what are we supposed to be talking about?
I'm sorry. That was in the context of the story. That had to be known.
Of course.
If anyone doesn't know Virgil, Virgil is a retired pro wrestler and notoriously an a-hole.
He's just a horrible person, dude.
A bad guy to kids. That's what bothers me.
He swindles kids. He'll be like, hey, do you want a picture of me? Kids like, yeah. The kid take a picture. He'll be like, okay, $15. What? You ain't supposed to be part of the deal? And he's just like super mean to kids. There's a website called Sad Virgil where it's just pictures of him sitting in his booth by himself because no one will go see him because he's such a mean dude, yo. It's like, I know your career fell off, homie, but you ain't got to be a prick. Like, for real, what are you doing?
You think that makes it worse or better? Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
That dude
but we're going way off topic.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Topic for the night, man, because this is something I actually want to propose to the table and get some opinions. I know we all use the internet in different ways. You know, I myself go to sites, create the show, download all types of music and stuff.
That's
legally.
Legally.
Do my Amazon shop for Christmas, all that stuff. Jay, you prepare sermons and stuff. You have your wrestling background. I don't know anything else about your life, so that's all I know.
All good. That's
you like
all
wrestling in church.
That's all you need to know, brother. That's all you need to know. It's all good.
All right. Of course, Johnny does whatever technical things he does.
That he's doing as we speak.
Yeah.
Back in the Matrix as we're doing it.
Going on there. And of course, Adam sells shrimp out of a van.
Yeah. Skyandshrimp.com. Yeah.
I just fell off the back of a truck.
No, he co-found Craigslist. He's doing fine. No, what I mean is,
you can't even stay on task.
I'm trying. I got problems.
Congress. Go ahead.
All right. Congress has, in their latest bout of let's repeal all the good Obama has done, has rolled back the FCC regulations. What do you call it? Limitations is the word I'm looking for on ISPs selling your browser history, your internet activity.
So the idea with that is they can sell it to advertisers and they can know how to market to you better.
Yeah, supposedly
I think that's how they're pushing it. But then it's just like basically all your browsing history can just be sold to the highest bidder.
Yep.
And I mean, it was a close vote. It was a 215 to 205 vote, but still.
I don't know. Yeah, because they own the Congress, they own the House, they own and everything.
Yeah, so also own a lot of stock in those
by them, I'm talking about like a Republican and a GOP run Congress.
Yeah. Well, the question is, what does this mean for actual internet users within the United States? Will your what's up, Johnny? You got Johnny opinion?
Oh, I am
right
ready.
Off the bat.
Oh, he's the Johnny's like ready, bro.
He got comfortable.
Johnny's the only Republican here, I think.
Okay. Hey! Let's not forget her.
Jeez. That's the third swear. That's the third one.
All right, no, just let me get it out. The question is, what does this mean for internet users? And are there options now? Are there ways to keep your browsing safe?
Well, the first thing I think about, if I'm allowed to speak, is I don't think that you can actually pass this unless they put their internet histories up before everybody else.
You know
what I mean?
You did not say Mother May I, so no, you may not speak. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
But you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like if you pass something like that saying they can sell, the general public's information in their browsing history, they should put up their own browsing history as a sign of good faith, meaning like, okay, my closet's clean, now we can come clean yours. Because until they do that, I'm not going to trust this at all. And I think it's absolutely a little bit bogus.
That would be the absolute way to go.
Right. What do you think they would find in there, too? What's the worst thing you'd think they'd find in their browsing history?
The first thing is butt-ass naked pictures of Nancy Reagan.
Those are going around, I heard, too.
It's happening.
What's the worst thing on your browsing history?
In my browsing history? You want me to say this in this publicly broadcasted forum?
I could have sworn this sign says keep WEMF radio clean. Bro, so you're right.
We should never have mentioned
Pat's browsing history at all.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My browsing history
I can't imagine.
Is a whistle, sir. I don't know what you think is going on, but I myself am a staunch viewer of consumptionjunction.com and run. And no, I'm kidding. But no, honestly, everyone has things in their browsing history that for some reason or another may be interpreted as negative. Actually, we talked about this before the show. The idea is, okay, companies can market towards you better. And anyone who has stock in any of these companies, their stock will go up because they'll be able to get more sales, and that'll be the best case, the best, the only thing that will come of this. Or the reality of the situation is, people that may do things that aren't considered completely legal for maybe personal reasons. The example I gave was if somebody's insurance won't cover a specific medication, back medication and whatnot, that they absolutely need. I severely need prednisone because I got an organ transplant and I was only prescribed this much because my insurance would only cover this much, even though my doctor admits, yeah, you probably need more, but we have to petition and you probably can't get it. They could go to some site and order it from like Thailand. Perfectly legal transaction, use just regular money, not even like Bitcoin or something, and that would be seen as enough activity to get them put on the government list. Those types of things are the cases I think that are being completely negated by a case like this, by killing those limitations and providing privacy for people.
I mean, because as of right now, to my understanding, what it says is effectively that ISPs, i.e. Comcast and Xfinity and Time Warner, whatever,
the best companies in the world,
something like that. But I mean, effectively that they could just sell your stuff to other businesses. But it's one of those sort of things where you see a sliver of the door open, because I think folks are jumping to that conclusion, like you're saying, they're like, you're going to be targeting me because I bought, this drug from Thailand. Now I'm going to be on this government watch list. But effectively, all the rule says, or all the law says, that these ISPs can sell your stuff to other consumers. So they can sell it to Amazon, they can sell it to Walmart. Just effectively what they're really doing now. So I mean, when you go on your Gmail and you see the stuff pop up in a freaking frame, Facebook too.
How are they getting that? Yeah.
How are they getting it? They're doing it already.
How efficient they are with getting that stuff on there too. Like I know my girlfriend just bought something. She was looking at like bedding or something like that. She's gonna buy a new comforter, and it was like 2 seconds later she logged onto Facebook and it was already up there. It's like, hey, what are you looking for? She's like, holy shit, this stuff is fast. It works that fast.
I'll be at work, looking up something for the job. We needed some new cables or something, so I go on Amazon. Now, mind you, I haven't logged into personal accounts in a good month plus. I haven't entered my personal information in a long time, but because my email was open somewhere else on that same computer, and I used it and I did this search. When I go home, completely detached from the system, not even connected to like my Office VPN or anything, I will see ads for the same type of cable. Hey, you bought this once, maybe you want more. On like my personal Facebook. They're that efficient, and the fact that stuff exists, it doesn't scare me because I'm aware of how computers work.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have any illusion that you're have any privacy online anyway. You leave a footprint no matter what you do, so none of this should actually shock you, but it's just a little like right in your face aggressive with like, we're just actually going to sell your stuff now. So that was always kind of happening, and you were always like leaving a footprint, and they were always tracking what you're doing, but this is a little bit more like rubbing your nose in it, I think.
It was different companies, so you had individual companies like Google, like Facebook, that were able to track this kind of information and then profitize off of it by selling it to advertisers and whatnot. But now this is sort of going straight to the source, which is the internet service provider. Right. So they collect everything. So
you're probably a Google sleeper cell, aren't you? Right? I know why you're here.
So I wonder why your car had all those cameras on it.
And to going back a little bit, so the protections that were put in place was like one of the last things that Obama had set up. It was in December when he put those protections in place, and they got pulled back by the House, and then the Senate voted, and the numbers on the Senate is just laughable. Who voted? I looked at the entire list of who voted.
I like that. That's a really sad game to play.
I don't even know how many bags of doo-doo to leave on doorsteps.
No. It's very simple. I'm a political nerd, so I'm actually really paying attention to this. Go ahead.
It's very simple. All the Republicans, save for two, which are only Republican because they need to be Republican because they can't run.
They're from Maine or something.
Well, it was Rand Paul, so very hardcore libertarian from Kentucky. And the other guy, I think, was from Georgia, probably also another libertarian. I forgot his name, though. But it was just those two. And they didn't say no. If they said no, then this law wouldn't have, it would have failed. But they did not vote. They abstained. And then all the Democrats, of course, objected against what the Republicans did, and the Independents, which
but that was
Bernie
Senate,
Sanders and one other.
That was in the Senate.
Yeah.
But in the House, it's too close in the House to call that though. Like, it'd be 205.
Yeah.
There's some Republicans who said no in the House. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there because there's only like 180 or so Democrats in the House.
Yeah.
So I mean, in the Senate, yeah, cut and dry, but in the House, not necessarily. But either way, this is pretty screwed up. Either way you slice it, this whole thing is pretty screwed up.
Well,
It's very messed up.
Well, my thing is now everyone suspects that the government's going to go after my stuff. Everyone's going to know everything I've done ever in life. Oh my God! And it's like it's not a reason to panic. I mean,
because they're going to pinpoint you on your
they'll
laptop
probably
in your
pinpoint
bedroom.
you.
By you know what I mean? Like the smallest. Like there's so many people out there looking up so much stuff. They're not going to get you. I mean, the only security is through the anonymity, the sheer ubiquity of people using stuff. You know what I mean?
I would panic.
Blending in.
You would panic.
I
Not
would
all of us
panic.
are holding cockfights in our basement, so I think we all have stuff to worry about. No, what I'm getting at is the major benefit from this would be, well, this will probably put the kibosh on all those internet trolls that are causing young teens to commit suicide and that are harassing people and yelling racist stuff on gaming networks. And it's like, no, this affects the United States. This isn't going to affect users over in Europe and Asia and basically everywhere else in the world. So it's not going to be that magic bullet that I think was part of the reason this was, on the table in the first place. Also, people do have options. If you're willing to do a little research and willing to do a little work, you can keep your browsing private. You can go through VPNs. You can use the Tor browser.
Just go to the deep web.
Yeah,
Just hang out there.
Which is both a positive and a negative because you find a lot of stuff you probably don't want to find. And I'm not even saying, it's all going to be messed up. I'm just saying it's going to be more prevalent if you wander down the wrong alleys.
Yeah, but now you have to pay for it.
You do have to pay as well.
Yeah, for a VPN, right?
Oh, for VPN, yes.
If you
a lot of
want
VPNs use. A lot of VPN used to be on free. Used to be available for free. Now I think it was in a 5 year. It was and Johnny, help me out if this is erroneous here. Interest in VPN companies spiked to their highest in 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Immediately after the announcement, after the Congress's decision.
Yep, and the scary part is now you're pseudo protected, but what's to say that the VPNs don't get secondhand take this information that you're supposed to trust them with and then sell that off because now they have the ability to do something that the ISPs have. So you're just transferring who you trust from the ISPs to the VPNs if you are going to go that route, and you're paying them.
Yep. So to quote just Johnny, it's all over, people. We don't have a prayer.
It's a binary thing. It either is or it isn't. And I don't think
bad.
it's safe anyway,
no, just a final note on it real quick. Unless there's any conflicting opinions.
Because we haven't had those here.
All right, cool. No, just a final note on it. If you are worried about your internet security, two things. One, odds are you won't be an immediate target because this is to hopefully target people taking part in terrorist activity. Looking to overthrow the government. The angry militia people that have generators out in the woods and are waiting for their time and just for their sign and wait for the symbol. And then, all prisoners will be released and then Goza takes over New York. I don't know. But you can do things like look into getting a personal VPN. And what that stands for is a virtual private network. You can basically run your computer off of a separate network than the one it is now. So you're not giving your information to Comcast and whoever, but also do your research. Look into who are the more reputable VPN companies, and then take it from there. If you do a little extra work on your part, and that kind of sucks, I know.
Is there a worse company than Comcast? Like a worse company?
I don't know
being
what
on
you're
the phone with
talking
them?
about. Comcast.
You ever tried calling them about anything?
Half my services in my home, knows where I live, and my finances.
Listening in on this right now, but they're horrible.
I myself welcome our Xfinity overlords. I don't know what your problem is.
We're chilling. Switch an RCN when I get home.
We are tight.
I can call it right now for all of you who are downloading free music and not free, but like stealing music and stealing movies and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this right now, this is going to affect you, and I think that's 80% of America does this. So
good. Pay for the art you steal, you bastard.
The first customers are gonna line up to Comcast's
Steven,
door.
asshole.
The first customers are gonna be like the Sony record companies and whatnot. They're gonna knock on that door, give me that information, and they're gonna start prosecuting a lot of
people. We learn nothing from American troubadours, and
there's plenty of ways they can make money.
For Justice, Metallica. Did they not show us the way?
Anyways, you got a
Mars.
review. Let's get on.
If you have anything to say on this topic, hit us up at geekdownradio@gmail.com. Let us know how right I am or how wrong JM is, and we'll take it from there. Also, we're broadcasting live on WEMFradio.com right now. But if you want to see our smiling faces and you're not checking out
the back of my head,
you can watch us on Twitch.tv/TheGeekDown. Now, dude, I'm an anime fan.
Me too.
And for a long time, I've been looking forward to Ghost in the Shell.
Me too. You just like that bodysuit she's wearing.
I'm not going to say that didn't have a lot to do with it. But I'm talking.
But you like the anime, and now you were excited about this property.
I was very excited, dude.
Yeah.
The anime is dope.
Johnny wasn't, but you were.
Johnny's hating on everything, but
Johnny's a hater.
Johnny is
when
a
it comes to
hater.
Ghost in the Shell.
I stole it anyway. Yeah.
Wait,
There's some kind of love, and then there's some kind of hate. I'm going to tell you all about it now.
This dude.
Give me all the spoilers.
But what's it? You said that.
So he sips his soda that he shows some others.
So I'm interested, though, what you have to say about this.
Okay, quick breakdown. Anyone who isn't aware of what we're talking about, Ghost in the Shell was a very popular anime in the 90s and then in the aughts and 2010s. It's had a long span in the public eye. And for any anime fans, it's also been one of the most popular in history.
Yep.
Starting off with a movie in the 90s to a show, second collection of movies, etc. I've seen all of these, save for the 2015 movie that came out with different designs and a slightly altered approach. So I'm somebody with a little bit more history than your average moviegoer to this series. So I also trying to be a professional. Tried to go into it with a blank slate, just appreciating it as cinema itself. And I say that because Ghost in the Shell is an anime with traditionally Asian characters. And it's also been at the center of a whitewashing controversy that's been going on in the media. Not just around this movie, but this movie is the latest offender because it casts Scarlett Johansson, a notoriously Aryan white woman. I say Aryan, she's blonde, blue-eyed. I'm not saying she's not her political affiliation, but she white as hell.
You gotta let that out there, P.
Yeah, I'll get sued on this. Ain't no trying to leak out. It'll be like an episode of Family Guy. And Scarlett Johansson, and before I finish the word, like she's home, it's suing Joel. But Scarlett Johansson is a Caucasian woman. She's playing a traditionally Asian character, and this caused a big stir in the media. Folks outraged that this role didn't go to any of the more prominent Asian actresses who need work at the time. It would have been great for the role. And you know what? That bums me out. Going to see it as a movie, and just full disclosure, I was disappointed that it was not a better movie.
So that's it. You're not upset about the whitewashing controversy.
You know what? Honestly, I
I
can put the political affiliations behind me. There's
it's not like it's Woody Harrelson playing Malcolm X or something.
Hey man, I've seen that dude in some glasses and a flat.
He'd probably kill it, but
okay.
Nah,
don't. Hey, you're right. You're right.
I am not signing on that.
No,
Dude,
I floated that for you.
No, you are right, man. JM. Woody Harrelson out the window. Matthew McConaughey. That's your Malcolm X.
Oh no, right.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. All right. Sorry.
But this was a bad movie, you're saying?
This was not a good movie. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. It was very beautiful. They used the budget very effectively.
Hold on. You talked about. Me and you would talk about how you and actually Dirty D would talk about how we were excited for this because they went shot for shot from the anime to the live action.
Yes.
They held true to that.
They did hold true. They held true to most of it. Okay. There were some slight changes, which I'll get into. One of the things that bothered me. But let me just run down, for anyone who's not familiar with Ghost in the Shell, the actual synopsis. In the near future, Major, a name, not a rank, well, name and rank, is the first of her kind, a human who is cyber-enhanced to be a perfect soldier, devoted to stopping the world's most dangerous criminals. When terrorism reaches a new level that includes the ability to hack into people's minds and control them, Major is uniquely qualified to stop it. As she prepares to face the new enemy, Major discovers that her life itself was stolen instead of saved. Now, she will stop at nothing to recover her past while punishing those who did this to her. That sounds pretty decent. It also sounds pretty close to the original. But my problem with the writing here is that Major is historically a very formidable character, very sure of herself character. She's no nonsense. She's all business, and she knows what's up. Even in the early stages when she's trying to find out what's going on with her, the character is never someone you bought as being out of her depth, out of her element.
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. And she'd get in those situations, which is where the action came from and the intrigue. But it's like, yo, I'm seeing someone who, is handling business. I'm not seeing an amateur. I'm not seeing a confused, where am I? Who am I? What am I?
She's a major, bro.
Exactly.
She's a major in the military.
And you buy her as that.
Absolutely.
In this movie, for some reason, they chose to make it like, oh, she's very confused. The second she finds out something might not be right. She's supposed to be a detective. Why is she all of a sudden, oh, wait, we got some new information. Oh, my God, I'm lost. Oh, can someone help me out? Why am I, I've been ambushed. I need help. I need saving.
You're telling me this is kind of like Lucy, in the beginning of Lucy.
This is like
I think
Lucy
that's why she got the
Lucy
role.
Didn't become as badass.
Like in the very beginning, Lucy was all lost and confused in the beginning.
Pretty much.
So you're telling me she was lost and confused throughout the movie?
Very much so, yeah.
Jeez,
and that disappoints. Yeah, exactly. That's the right reaction.
Well, Lucy, she was just a
reaction
chick.
is
She was
correct.
just like a girl walking, and then she got hijacked, and then she got something got in her brain, right? And then it made
Like
her
her
use
bloodstream
100% of her
and all that.
brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
Good movie.
Well, I'm very disappointed in Ghost in the Shell because they took a property that had this history, that had basically the blueprint was done for them. If they had followed this note for note, they would have gotten some stuff for making it note for note, but it would have been an awesome movie.
So their strategy, let's cast someone that's going to piss off everybody, and then we're going to just do this really glossy kind of step-by-step remake, but worse.
Pretty much.
Didn't work out for them, no?
Well, that's the ultimate sin. They took something that was basically handed to them on a platter. If they'd done this and casted like Michelle Yeoh, no, she might be a little old.
She's Leo.
Sanji.
I don't think she's doing
still
anything,
around.
Yoda.
Perfect.
Sanji's probably about our age.
Perfect. Because we're not old.
She'd do it too.
No, seriously though, that's where the majority of it came in. They tried to cram a lot into this picture, which I guess I can appreciate when they want to show you all the different members of Section 9. They want to make sure everybody has at least one line. The problem is they tease you with that. Everyone has one line, so I'm like, oh, wow, okay, so Togus is going to say some stuff at the end, and Batu's going to be the man. And, and they even got Kitano playing the chief. What's up? Then who doesn't know Kitano? I can't really give you names. It's a lot of Japanese stuff, but I guess the biggest in America would be Battle Royale. He was the teacher.
Oh, nice. Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Amazing movie, by the way, if you haven't seen
Good
it.
book, too, actually.
And anyone who's not familiar, if you ever watched Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, MXC, he was on there as, I think,
Yes,
Vic
he
Romano.
was.
He was one of the early dudes. But that guy, he's a good actor.
He is.
Great actor. And also would not reduce himself to learn the English for this role. Everybody else in the movie in Japan, everybody else in the movie speaks English except him, who speaks Japanese with subtitles.
I like how he got away with that, too. That's awesome.
He's the
He's like,
man,
nah, screw
dude.
it.
He's a legend.
They ain't trying to.
It's awesome.
It's like that hot dog eating champion. He's been over in he's been in America forever. He refuses to learn it.
I feel like they said you got to
to
learn
a translator all the time. Imagine being the translator for the hot dog guy.
Man, that fool was cock deep.
Kobayashi's the man.
Yeah, he is.
Wait. How do you put that on your resume? Translator for hot dog.
Being champion.
Yeah,
he's like a legend, though. He's like a legend.
Swami.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
I mean, probably
he really is though.
I mean, you're probably equivalent to the guy who carries what's his name? Chestnut. What's that guy?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut's championship belt. That guy who carries his belt. Like, how do you put that on a
hot dog,
resume?
dude? Yeah, the American one.
The American one.
The crappy one, right?
Oh, wow.
The one with the really bad teeth. Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Hey,
happy.
nine-time champion.
No, whatever.
I'm just glad it's the fat guy again. Give some legitimacy to all of this.
What's that? Badlands Booker. He's got a hip hop album.
He does, Ree?
I think so.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
He goes by Badlands. Yeah.
I just want to call attention real quick to our beloved Geek Down listeners at how much Black Adam Willis actually knows about
heavyweight food eating. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yo, it's
things.
on ESPN, man. It is.
Man.
Goes a little
right.
deeper than that for me. But, yeah.
What is that? There's a strange buzz in the studio here.
Yeah,
All right, gonna remind you listeners at
Sad
home
like
to
that.
turn your cell phones off.
You listen to that.
It wasn't me.
Somebody's
All
probably
right.
like, okay.
All right, but now back to Ghost in the Shell real quick. Dude, I went into this hoping just to high heavens that this would be good because of all the controversy. And I really didn't want to harp on the fact that, well, I know that a lot of people are boycotting this, but maybe they're boycotting a good movie. I just hope that this would be a good movie in its own merits, and then it would win audiences over. And I was sorely disappointed, man. And I really went in this with hope. And I'll tell you why. Basically, Scarlett Johansson. I love her acting in a lot of things, but it was actually brought to light to me earlier today. In fact, I hadn't even thought of this for the review, but earlier today I like her acting because we've only really seen her in a couple of different types of roles. You know, and this was a role that really would have asked her to extend her range and see if she can pull off a more military, down to earth, put together character, and played well. And instead, she played it kind of robotic. Like
an actual robot.
Going back to Lucy, yeah, pretty much
Literally
like an actual robot. Like her movements were kind of like stilted and stuff. And I'm like, this is an obvious choice that's being made, and it's not working. And I had hoped as the movie went on, maybe it's just to illustrate she's in a new robotic body or a shell. That anyone who's familiar with the actual concept meaning of Ghost in the Shell, that she just adjusting to the body, and towards the latter end of the movie she'll get more fluid and things, and that didn't happen. The story itself is laid out for you. The anime is awesome. Anyone who likes it, cool. They're already in. You already have your audience established, and they're paying to see a story that they already know. And they retold it poorly. That's what bothered me. I love the original.
It's
Ghost
like a
in the Shell.
theme with movies right now.
Complex.
Even with Beauty and the Beast, it's like telling the same thing but just doing it a little worse.
Well, Beauty and the Beast got
I mean?
really good reviews.
Yeah, but it was still a little worse than the first one. You know what I mean? Even though it was good, like this one is not necessarily bad. It's just not as good.
True,
right?
And I will call out the acting of Kitano. And not that he's a legend, we expect the best, but he took a role that really should be maybe 4 quick conversations and made an appearance in a boardroom, and made it one of the most memorable things in this movie.
I mean, so are you effectively saying, just to go back a little bit, that ScarJo is effectively Keanu Reeves? In a sense of, we've seen her in limited roles, we thought she's this amazing actress, but when we place her in a role that's outside of her range, we see what happens.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that about Keanu Reeves. I would say that about early Keanu Reeves. I would say that
before he limited his roles to doing only things that require you to be one-dimensional.
Pretty much, bro. Come on, do not put
half of acting is knowing your limitations anyway.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves, but effectively,
but he's not doing Shakespeare.
No, he's not. Keanu Reeves, all he is he's Neo, and he's John Wick. And the only difference is his setting.
And he's the dude in Point Break, too. He's Johnny Utah as well.
I'm not mad at him, but let's just call it what it is. Those roles are pretty similar.
All right. I personally have more faith in Keanu Reeves than you guys do. It's okay.
We're
going to differ.
I'm on your side.
I will say this is more along the line of Keanu Reeves trying to play a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Okay?
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
What we're getting at.
That's what I'm saying. So effectively,
which was 20 plus years ago, brother. All right now, dang. Well, anyways,
suck your blood now.
This is starting to run long, and basically I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I will say my main disappointment as an anime fan. Now, mind you, I've had conversations about this today. People who aren't into the anime found this to be an okay movie because it's a by-the-numbers action movie. That's what they gave us. The story's laid out, and they didn't play it like an anime. They just played it like a by-the-numbers action story that looks like an anime. And I mean, I can't fault them for that. Maybe that's going for mass audience appeal. The stigma behind the whitewashing definitely, cut the legs out from this movie. So the most they could hope for was a good presentation. And I will say, to its merits, this was a beautiful movie, very good looking. The set pieces, most of the set pieces taken directly from the anime. They recreated them in real life situations or in CG that looked like the anime brought to life, which was damned impressive, freaking awesome. Several scenes taken directly from the original. If you're a fan of it, cool. If not, maybe you'll appreciate these parts of the story. As an anime fan familiar with the original story and what was directly taken from there, this looks like a movie where they had all the money in the world and really tried to redo a story, but didn't quite have the chops.
I mean, it goes back to what Adam said, though. I mean, it goes back to Adam said, and what you just alluded to is the fact that they're going for a mass appeal audience. Because I had folks literally on this past Sunday, someone shared a story about Beauty and the Beast, how they cried at the end, how they loved it so much that they were crying, gave it a standing ovation. You're like, but you saw it. You came up seeing the animated one. So for you, it's like, it's not as good.
It's made to be an animated movie. Sometimes they're made for some medium, not to be transferred. Sometimes you're taking a limited project, you're taking a niche product, and you're giving it to a wider audience. You're going to alienate the people that originally liked it. That's what it's meant to do.
The thing behind that is that felt like a cash grab, because we can still back off the name. This didn't feel like that.
You don't cast a white actress in an Asian role if you're not trying to get
a cash grab. We talked about that.
That in itself is a bigger story that I don't think we actually have time.
No, fair enough. You move on.
But All I'll say is Ghost in the Shell. If you're a hardcore fan, this is not the movie for you. Not because of the whitewashing, but because it doesn't feel like it does the original story justice. And had this been a new story featuring the members of Section 9, featuring Major, I actually think I'd really like it because it would be live action actors' interpretations of these characters that we know, and it would be something interesting. That primary factor would be enough to build its audience, and hopefully they wouldn't do the whitewashing thing. But a unique story would have been awesome, especially with the budget, especially with the way they made Japan look, or New Thing City look. Having come out of it, knowing the source material, I cannot recommend this to anybody, really.
Good.
And it's a beautiful movie that has no substance and shoddy acting from actors I know are better than this.
I'm gonna need John to go on the dark web and get that for me.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
just hook me up.
It's already down.
I'm already on it, man.
Yeah.
I'm already on it.
All right.
Better get you a chameleon browser, brother. Better hit up Netscape.
I got the VPN going.
I'm not the only one that got out to see a motion picture this
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to forego that because we kept our guests waiting long enough. I want to get in to talk to these guys. I'll squeeze my review in at the end, I think, if I can do it.
Your prerogative.
But we got the Flight Fam in here once again. Thank you guys again for showing.